Cameron Teague Robinson, The Athletic.
Ryan, just touch on Travion today. I mean, one, just getting it back, they still some brains. Was the plan to give him the ball 26 times in the round, 4 or 5 times in the air?
I don't know, what we had in terms of a number coming in, but we held him out last week. It was close, but we felt like we wanted to make sure that he was 100%. And, this is a big run we're about to go on. And you can just see the difference he makes when he's out there, the explosiveness, the speed. I thought he ran hard tonight. And he's a weapon out of the backfield. You can see that down the sideline. Boy, the one that we just missed on the touchdown there, we had a linebacker out in one-on-one, and you can see, it was one heck of a route he ran. We just didn't connect on it, and we spent a bunch of time on that route. So, that was like getting stabbed in the heart. But you can just see when he's out there, the impact he's having on our offense. And, to get that run there in the fourth quarter was big.
Over here to the right, Joe Nugent, WCMH.
To have 3 turnovers and still win the game by 2 touchdowns, what's went well to lead the victory?
Well, it started off, I think, with a good combination of the run game, and we did have some pretty good passing plays as well, and I thought that combination was good. And I think we're all frustrated that we're just not able to finish off some of those drives, and when we get into those plus territories, we just we got to finish them off, and so there's a lot that goes with that. Certainly the coaching's a big part of it, but again, when you get a guy like Trey back, and then you have Marvin on the outside, you can see the difference it makes. We decided to hold Emeka one more week. He was close, but we just made the decision to hold him. I do feel really confident we'll get him back next week, but he makes a difference. But just some really tough performances out there. Like, certainly we can talk about the defense all night, but just offensively, Cade and Julian. These guys, they were battling at the end. And, you get to this time of year, and you got a lot of bumps and bruises and things like that. And, the guys played hard. I thought the offensive line got movement tonight. I thought so, in the tight ends. We did. We moved the line of scrimmage. And then, again, having Trey back made a big difference, certainly, running for 160 yards.
Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
More on Travion. How frustrating it sounds like the game plan when you have changes.
Yes.
He's been kind of in and out really over his career. How challenging has that been? Is it good to see somebody who is maybe some people question him to come back and have a night like this?
Well, the one thing about Trey is, like you said, you can do so much with him because he has such a great skill set, and he's one of the more competitive guys we have, and so nobody wants to be out there more than him. And you can see when he's out there, he has that drive. And he hadn't played a game in a few weeks, I guess now. And so even at the end, he was toughing it out because he was a little winded there at the end. He hadn't rushed for that many, had that many carries in a while, and he had a couple of receptions and a couple of routes. So I thought he handled it well. And you can see, what a weapon he is when he's out there and he's at full go. So, hopefully we have another great week of practice and we can keep doing those things. And then it just puts more and more pressure on the defense when you have someone like Marvin. You get Julian out there and Cade, and so that's the idea. And I still don't think we put a complete game together on offense. And so we'll get back to it this week and keep swinging.
Tony Girdman, Buckeye Huddle.
Ryan, any update on Lathan, which is
Yeah, no, I don't have an update actually. I'm not even sure exactly how it all shook out there. It was all kind of chaotic. So we'll try to get you what we can here in a little while.
Gentleman next to Tony, did you have a question? Yes, sir.
Just what does it say for Marvin? All the attention he gets from the defense to keep putting out this.
Yeah, it's. I say it every week. It's just tremendous. I believe he's the best football player in the country. To have another, a couple touchdowns and 120 yards, and I guess we targeted him 10 times. Probably could have targeted him a few more. We're always going to try to figure out ways to do that. But he's a dynamic player, and he keeps bringing it every week. And the consistency is starting to show more and more week in and week out. Just the playmaking ability, and what a catch he made down there! My goodness, for him to get a foot inbounds and hang on to it. I was like, man, that's gonna be a hard one. And then when I saw the replay, it didn't move, and just an unbelievable catch.
Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
You mentioned guys who are banged up. How hurt is Kyle right now, and is that affecting
No, I think, I think it's like, bumps and bruises and things like that. And, I think something maybe happened in the game there, and, he was able to fight through it, which was great. And so we'll get an evaluation, but I think, he'll be fine. But, no, I don't think that those things are getting his way right now. But I thought he toughed it out at the end, and still hung in there. And, when you do maybe, have a couple tough plays, the easy thing to do is, or what most people do is, they start to get gun shy, but he didn't do that. He kept swinging, he kept pushing. You could hear him on the sideline, right before that last drive where Travion ran to make it a 2-score game. I mean, he was in that huddle getting after the guys, and he showed good leadership there. So I thought that was a positive.
Tim May on 3, Letterman Row.
Yeah, following up with that, did you have a talk with Kyle at halftime, though, a little bit? Because he did seem off. I mean, both interceptions were odd. One looked like should have been thrown away, things like that. What were your discussions like with him to kind of settle it and everything else?
Yeah, I usually don't get into the plays right after the game, but I have a pretty good feel of exactly what happened on both of them. I think he would tell you on the first one, it was just a bad decision. It was first down. The play was designed to go to the tight end. The tight end got caught up, and it was not how we designed it, and the ball should have got thrown away. It was a bad decision. The second one, the corner came off on cover 3, and, he's reading the flat defender, and that corner, he just came right off him. He took a chance, and he made a nice play. I don't really blame him for that play. I don't. I mean, there's going to be times where when you're pushing it down the field, things like that are going to happen. So I told him, hey, I get it. The corner came off. Let's just play the next play. Those plays are behind us. And so, those are the conversations we had. But he knew right when he came off the field on the first one that he wanted that one back. So, good to see him hang in there and keep playing hard. But I think the other thing is just, in general, we get into a 2-score or a 1-score game. We're trying to make it a 2-score game. We get around the 30-yard line. Like, we have to make sure we're in field goal range and give Jaden an opportunity. And 2 times we didn't do that. And so, that was an opportunity that was missed.
Do you leave a little frustrated like the last couple of games? You left points on the field. I mean,
Yeah.
Notre Dame, Penn State, you talked about this.
Yeah. I mean, now we're going against good teams, and Luke does a great job. I always want to make sure, I don't do that enough. It's just, the teams we're playing are good teams. They're well coached. They have good players. And so, I don't want to sound flippant when, I say we expect to score every time. These guys do a great job, and they had a good scheme, and they did a nice job with everything. The fans were really into it. It was a great environment. So, we want to, go on the road and be, road warriors and win these games on the road. And it's not always going to be the way you want it, but yes, what we want to get done. The expectation, and so still things we got to get better at.
Austin Ward, Rivals, the podcast.
It just felt like one after another guys were coming out. JT gets triple up, Nathan comes out, Jack at one point, Becca didn't play, Julian came up. A, it's probably pretty good for the depth, but B, was there any sense you had that in the third quarter that maybe it's not our night?
No, you're not allowed to think like that. You don't have a choice. I always say we're in control of what we do. And, this time of year, we play physical brand of football, and things like that are going to happen. But most of those guys, they get right back in the game after taking a shot, and for those who have played football before, it's like having sometimes, you get leg whipped or something. It's like someone taking a Louisville Slugger and smacking it into your shin. It hurts. And, certainly there's a difference between hurt and injured. But our guys, man, they battled. And you saw a bunch of guys just fighting at the end. They didn't want to come out of the game. I think our team, at halftime always has had a good look in their eye all year, knowing that they want to come out and play really well in the fourth quarter. And, you're seeing us do that. I mean, we're playing well in the fourth quarter. I'd like to see us, even play better in the first half. But we are finishing games the way we're supposed to finish them. We're finishing games. I think there's ways that we can finish them better. But at the end of the day, the goal is to keep winning. And we got to keep doing that. And we know the challenges are going to keep getting bigger and bigger here down the stretch.
Clay Hall, WSYX.
Yeah, along those lines, Coach, some might say, hey, you passed 3 of your toughest 4 tests along the way. Would you caution people that the next 3 are not easy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I mentioned to the team as we were watching some games this afternoon, just watching some of the teams play at noon and then the 3:30 games. You got to bring it every week. and you have one bad day and your season's ruined. And the teams that we play are very good teams. They're well coached, and winning is just not something that we're entitled to. We gotta do it, and that's the competitive stamina that we talk about. And especially going on the road, these games are hard. The next one will be a battle next week against Rutgers. It will. I think it's a noon kickoff, right, Jerry? Is it noon?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a noon kickoff. I mean, Greg's doing a good job with those guys. So battles, but the good thing is we're getting battle tested as well. I think the more battles you get into, the more poise you have because you have something to reference. You don't panic. But again, we're going to watch the film and throw coffee against the wall again, I'm sure.
I'm going to have time for just one or two more for Coach. Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
You said you could talk about the defense all night.
Yeah.
How much of a security blanket is it for you to have to know that you have is there anything tonight that you think shows that they haven't for?
Yeah, I think they're in the second half when Wisconsin came out, scored, we came back, scored, and then the ball was, I think it was, coming out, and then we ended up on like the 10-yard line. We brought it to midfield, flipped the field, got it inside the 10, and usually it'd be like, well, we got to go for it, we got to score. And so pooching the ball in those situations right now, like you said, with a good defense, you feel like, you got an opportunity to get the ball back. If it's a 3 and out, then you're going to get the ball at midfield. If it's a couple first downs, and, you feel decent about those. And so, yeah, I think it's something where you got to get a feel during the game how it's going. But it starts with the run game. If the run game, is, if we're stopping the run, then you feel like you're in control of the game. And I think that was a big part coming into the game. We had to run the ball, stop the run, and show toughness. I think we did all three of those things. Yeah, it was excellent. Again, just not giving up an inch with the ball on the 1-yard line. Just keep fighting and keep swinging, keep playing. The play Tommy made on the shovel was huge. But our guys, they played hard. They rallied to the ball. No, I mean, I thought the secondary played well. They got their hands on some balls. And that was another really good performance by our guys.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Folks, I'm going to bring up, just hang here, I'm going to bring up Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm going to put him right at the middle. I'm going to put Jordan Hancock right here to Marvin's right. And what we're going to do is I'm going to open up the floor for about 3 or 4 questions right off the bat for Jordan, and then we're going to let him go, and then we'll finish up with Marvin and get a couple other players here. So, Jordan, I want you right here. Marvin, if you could grab the middle. Questions for Jordan Hancock. Steve Hellwagon, 24/7 Sports.
Hey, George, you had a young quarterback you're going against, and you guys did a lot of different things to confuse him. It felt like they were 6 of 18 on 3rd and 4th down. Another great showing there. Just what were your thoughts maybe about what you guys were able to do?
That's just all credit to Coach Knowles. He gave the quarterback a lot of different looks. We had to respond well to their personnels because we haven't seen sometimes their personnel, maybe 4 receivers on the field. So I feel like our defense responded well to that.
Questions for Jordan. Austin Ward, the podcast.
Jordan, what did you need to have Denzel back?
It meant everything, man. So I could really play that nickel spot. That 3rd down stop he had, that's an elite ball player, All-American type play, and you won't see that from any other corner in the country. So I'm just happy to have him back.
Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
They scored on the first possession of the second half to tie it, and then they scored again. And then they had the ball several times out with a chance to tie it. How much confidence do you guys have in that situation? Are you going to revel in that?
Yeah, we had a lot of confidence in there. Me personally, I have a lot of confidence in our D-line. So they're getting back to the quarterback. I don't think their O-line could block our front 7 for the whole game. So I just give credit to my D-line.
Andy Backstrom, Letterman Row.
Jordan, it seems like all season his defense is kind of adjusted and snapped when they need to. The goal line stand at the end of the first half. I know they get 3, but how important was that for this defense?
Oh, it was a big stop. Before the halftime, I think it was like 3 seconds left. They tried to do a shovel pass. I was coming off the edge, but Tommy made a great play right there to kind of hold that big running back. So that's just a huge goal line stand. We have to win the last 3 minutes of the half, and that's what we did. So.
And last question for Jordan, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Can you just expand a little bit more? You said that Wisconsin was playing more force. You said some things that maybe you had anticipated. How different was what they showed you, and what did you guys have to do to adjust that?
We had a new package in this week, so maybe a little bit more DBs in the game to play man-to-man coverage against their wideouts. So that was kind of the thing we had to make, adjustment we had to make.
All right, Jordan, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
We're going to open up the floor for, actually, I'll open up the floor for both. We also have Travion Henderson here. Let's go Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row, the back.
Marvin, is there something to you guys being a second half team? It seemed like with injuries and turnovers in the first half, it didn't seem like it was your night, and all of a sudden you guys could just turn it on in the second half. Is there something to that for you guys?
I mean, a little bit. Definitely, offense. We need a touchdown all year. I think we've kind of come clutch in those situations. The defense has kept us in the game, for the most part throughout the whole year, and the offense kind of get to a slow start. But that's something we're still working on. Obviously injuries definitely play a part in that, and trying to get everybody back healthy would be nice. But yeah, just I think credit to the coaches and the players. For in the fourth quarter when we need touchdowns, make big plays, we do that.
Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Travion, what was the injury you were dealing with the last few weeks, and what do you think it was that enabled you to come back from such a big game in your first game back?
I took a cheap shot at the beginning of the Notre Dame game, and so that's why I've been out. But thank God he's healed me and allowed me to come back out here and give my team everything I got, man. That's me being out here is all because of him, so I give all the glory to him.
Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
Travion, how frustrating has it been when people don't know what's going on with you? They just don't understand what injuries and being hurt is. But then when you come back and have a game like this, is it extra satisfying?
Man, I don't pay attention to any other comments or none of that stuff. I don't even see them most of the time, man. I'm living to please the Lord and not anyone else. So
How healthy are you right now? I mean,
I'm very healthy, very healthy.
100%?
Yep.
Are you effort?
Yeah.
Jeff Gilbert, Press Pros.
The last touchdown run that you had, take us through that play a little bit. It seemed like you ran hard and fast and with as much purpose as you possibly could.
Yes, man. I mean, O-line taking care of business, receivers, tight ends, blocking on the perimeter, man. That's all because of those guys, man. When they take care of business like that, man, we dangerous.
Tim May.
Travion, you finally bust through. Y'all kept knocking on that door all night. What did it feel like to finally explode through a hole there? A little bit of patience involved there, but boom, what did that feel like?
It felt great. I mean, it took a while, man, but it felt great. We just had to keep swinging. We knew we one of them was going to end up popping out soon, and one of them did. So.
And for Marvin, the second touchdown, the toe tap again and stuff. Just take us through that and what was that catch like? And it looked like it might be on your highlight reel eventually.
We knew it was man coverage, and we liked the matchup. And Coach Day and Kyle gave me a chance to make a play, and I just tried to do my best to do that.
One more question for Travion. First of all, anyone else got a question? Andy Anders.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, what's the significance of the Bible verse 1 Corinthians 5:7?
I will walk by faith even when I cannot see. I mean, it's been rough these past games, not being able to be out there for my teammates, and I feel like, man, God just kept having me look back at last year, what happened when I tried to go my own way, keep dealing with the injury, trying to go out there instead of just trusting him. And this time, just put my trust in him, even though I couldn't see, where he was leading me. I knew it was going to be somewhere special. And today, it showed.
What do you mean by go your own way last year? What did you do?
Last year, I kept going out there, knowing I wasn't healthy, knowing I wasn't ready. But God just told me this year, he told me, stay patient. I got you. And he always got me, man. The man above always got me.
Travion, thank you very much. We're going to keep the floor open right now for the other two. Gentleman right here in the blue. Here. Yep.
Marvin, just what kind of difference did it make to this offense having Travion back? How much of a difference?
Big difference. He's the most explosive back in the country. Anytime he touches the ball, he can take the 6. And I think that definitely puts a lot of pressure on defense, and a lot of attention sometimes goes to the passing game and the receivers. But when you have a dynamic back like that in the backfield, you have to account for him as well. So you can't really not load the box with numbers. So having him back was great, and he's the best back in the country.
We also have Jack Sawyer, defensive end here. Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Yeah, for Jack, the mic over, we're not gonna be able to.
Thanks, bro. Fucking neck hurts. I feel like it gives us a lot of momentum. We always say, give us an inch and we'll defend it, and that's kind of just our motto. And so, it felt really good to be able to hold strong and force them to a field goal at the end of the half. I think that was big for us. Yeah. I mean, it was a big scare. Obviously, JT's a huge part of this team, one of the best players in the country. So when he went down, everybody held their breath for a minute.
Austin Ward, the podcast.
Jack, is that the best game you can play?
It's not really about me. I just thank God for us to be able to get a win out there and to play a complete game. I think on the defensive side of the ball on the offense, got it rolling in the second half, which they always do, running the ball, leaning on guys up front. And just happy with the team win in a tough environment like Wisconsin is.
I'm not asking you to pat yourself on the back. It just seemed like you maybe felt more confident. Maybe the whole front felt that way. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just think as a front, it was time for us to, start dominating and making plays within the scheme. So that's kind of what we went out there and did. Knocked the line of scrimmage back. Getting off of blocks was huge this week. Coach Johnson preached that to us. So I think that's what led to us getting off blocks and making some tackles.
Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Marvin, Kyle had those two picks in the first half, and it looked like he was banged up and very confident. What did you see from him? Just kind of balance.
Yeah, I mean, he's a resilient guy. He's the leader of our team as well, so we all kind of look to him to lead us, especially on the road in a tough environment like it was tonight. And he did that. Whether he was 100% or through some tough times, he never dropped his head, and he had some good guys around him to lift him up. But that's just the kind of guy he is, and that's the kind of leader that you need for a team like this.
We're gonna have to wrap it up, folks. Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Marvin, you've said a few times the last few weeks that this offense hasn't played its best game yet. You get Trey back tonight. Coach Day said Emeka's pretty close. When everybody's back out there, what can the ceiling be for this group?
As high as it can be. I don't think there's no limit that we would ever put on ourselves, and when we're all healthy and clicking with the defense that we have right now, I think we're a national championship team. We just got to prove it each and every week.
Guys, thank you very much, folks. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you, everyone.